Hello there, I'm back. Now welcome to the course in kinematics, and let's start with the first lesson. Now the name of the lesson has been given as rest, motion and position. Now before I go into that, as I've shown in the demo video previously, let's show the classification of that kinematics. Now mechanics has been divided into kinematics. This I have already discussed, so I'm rushing through this. Kinematics, and then you have statics and you have kinetics. Kinetics. Now I told you in the previous video that kinematics was the study about motion without taking into consideration the forces that are responsible for causing the motion or altering the motion. Now here what we are learning is only about the motion. Actually the forces are responsible for the motion. A force is acting on an object. The force has the ability to move that object, or force can bring a moving object to rest. These two abilities are there with the force. It is very easy to understand certain things with examples. I usually tell this example that it is just like a traffic police. A traffic police has an ability, with a wave of his hand he can bring a vehicle which is at rest to motion, or with a different wave of his hand he can stop a moving vehicle with just an indication of his hand. Similarly, forces are responsible for bringing an object to motion, or bringing a moving object to rest. But the force part, about the study about the forces, will be done in statics and kinetics. You will not be dealing about that in kinematics. So here what you will be learning? You will be learning about the forces that are responsible for, actually here you will be learning about the external forces when the object is not moving at all, it is at rest. Here you will be learning about the forces which are responsible for bringing the object to motion. So that's about kinematics. Now what is motion? We have talked about motion. What is motion actually? Now let's discuss about rest and motion. Rest and motion. Now one thing you have to understand clearly is that rest and motion is a relative term. You cannot say that an object is at rest or in motion unless you specify the observer. You are talking about the object and you are saying that the object is at rest or the object is moving. You cannot say that. You have to specify the observer. For example, I'll say that I am at rest. For example, at present I am at rest. But am I really at an absolute rest? No. I've already told in the previous video, why am I not at rest? Because I am standing on ground and this ground is actually moving. Can you see the ground to be moving? No, because obviously you are looking with respect to the ground. But actually the ground is moving with respect to a stationary point in space. How is it moving? Earth is revolving around the sun, and also it is rotating about its axis. Also, the sun itself is moving. The entire galaxy is moving. The whole world, the whole universe is moving. So there is no absolute rest or motion. Everything is relative, right? If you go to moon and look back at some person on Earth by using some telescope, so what you will see is that person is moving. At Earth you would have said he is at rest, but when you go to moon and you look back, you will say that he is moving. So actually the one thing that you have to clearly understand is rest and motion is relative in nature.